Okay.
Okay. Hi, my name is Nancy Zimmerman, and I'm Associate Professor at the School of Library and Information Science and Associate Dean for Academic Affairs of the Graduate School at the University of South Carolina. I'm also a certified ethics educator for the Institute for Global Ethics. My part of today's program was to describe the ethical framework of the Institute for Global Ethics as a way for librarians and I'm sorry, can we edit this out?
Sure.
As a way for librarians to help teachers and parents raise ethical children capable of making ethical decisions. This framework was developed by Dr. Rushworth Kidder, who founded the Institute for Global Ethics in 1990, and it uses a series of lenses and paradigms as a way for kids to discuss ethical dilemmas and tough choices that they encounter during their lives, and gives us a common vocabulary in order to discuss those ethical issues that kids are facing. It focuses on the 5 core values of honesty, responsibility, respect, fairness, and compassion, and it provides ways of allowing children to use those 5 values and incorporate them into their behaviors. At the conclusion of the program, I summarized practical ways in which librarians could help parents and teachers help kids make good choices. One of them was to model an ethical life themselves, because children, young people learn self-steerage from watching us, and little things do make a difference. Another way that they could help is that young people need to know how to locate and integrate additional information they might need for good decisions. And that's our forte as librarians. So direct instruction information literacy is primary for us librarians in ethical decision making, preparing kids in critical thinking and problem solving skills. They also need to know how to synthesize information to help them prioritize when they're making decisions. Another way that librarians can help parents and teachers is to help shaping forces in the environments of young people that allow them to make good decisions. Instead of telling them things like be nice, be really specific in your use of vocabulary. Tell them to be fair, tell them to be compassionate, tell them to be honest, so that they can relate to those 5 core values identified as being essential to living an ethical life. And use a common vocabulary with them when you're discussing ethics so that everyone is discussing it in the same way. Also, as librarians, while we focused on technology in this program, one of the things that we didn't discuss much, but which is a critical part of what we do, is that we can use good children's and young people's literature as a way of examining dilemmas that the characters within that literature might have that were similar. I mean, there's a reason why books have been around for a long, long time, because they speak to the human condition. So using good, appropriate children's literature and as a way of discussing ethical decisions faced by the characters is also important. And I think one of the other things is to be enthusiastic about ethics. We don't want people's eyes to glaze over and kids' eyes to glaze over, but use teachable moments in everyday situations, using that common vocabulary that you've established to discuss ethical things and core values, and be enthusiastic and upbeat and positive, to know that good ethical decision-making skills help them have a better, more promising future.